sisters all. This is the Great Awakening, XRP to the moon, right? It's all about to happen. I mean, in a way that is exponentially more interesting than the old style of something happens. The World Trade Center gets knocked down. All of a sudden, this is the workings of the master evil elites of the parasites. Things, in my opinion, in real life, evolve in a way that point where one piece of information brings you to the next. It's a transformative movement forward, kind of like shedding layers of an onion. Until you get to the truth. This is a whole different method, a whole different history, a whole different biology, spirituality. Everything is joining together in this kind of unified shift. The shift is hitting the fan. That's the title I used tonight, and it really it makes sense. It resonates with me, at least. The shift, this shift. It's not a matter of you won't have to pay taxes anymore, or you'll have enough money to pay off your mortgage. It is, the shift is, it's going to catch, I think, most people a bit by surprise. However, if you've been paying attention, you've been coming to my channel or viewing this information, analyzing the Q posts, and growing with the coming changes to the world, to the planet, to the universe, we are taking our place among the stars, among among this sort of eternal destiny, not a pre-written or scripted movie narrative where this happens to the character and then he learns something else. And this is a shift that, okay, so I'm going to go straight to a post here. Let's see if we can. How did I get this LifeWave thing behind me? I don't know. Let's see if I can. Let's go to here. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's a little bit better. Let me see if I can enlarge this even bit. Okay, the Great Awakening is not a single event. It is millions of individual moments of remembrance happening simultaneously across the planet. Every time you choose truth, love, or presence, you add to the collective momentum. You are not waiting for the shift. You are the shift. You are not waiting for the shift. You are the shift. This is a crucial piece of information that we will come to understand in the following, in the growing time period. Now, I know a lot of people are talking about July 4th and how gold and silver is going to be revalued tremendously. I would love for that to happen. I think it would be glorious, a glorious surprise and a wonder. But I personally, I don't think that's the way this thing is unfolding. I don't see that happening. I know a lot of my friends in the podcasting industry are saying July 4th, silver is going to go to 10,000, gold's going to go to 20,000. I forget the exact figures.
So 20,000 for gold, 1,500 for silver.
20,000 for gold, 1,500 for silver. This will eventually happen. Will it happen on July 4th? Think about the way everything has been unfolding. It could. I just think that it's it's a little bit of hopium. It doesn't, if you want to know the future, you look at the past, you look at the present, and you try to figure out where are we heading. Think of the last 5 years. Think of when D5, when Q came out with a post about D5. We thought it was December 5th initially. Then we realized, no, he was talking about a degree of an avalanche. That D5 meant that the snowball was rolling down the hill, that this avalanche of snow was unfolding before us. I still like Fishing Magical Flounder Buddy. I still like the Fishing Magician. Yeah. Oh yeah. I may go back to that too in the song. Anton is talking about my song Language of the Heart. It's as easy as fishing. Don't you know you're a magician? That was the original verse. Then we changed it to, don't you know you're a musician? It's a little more, but I may go back to the other thing, but that's neither here nor there. I think we, meaning the people who are aware of what's going on, are coming into the time of our lives. This is not a time to get old and wither up. This is a time to dust off your shirts and go outside. In my opinion, we were in town all day today. The reason I'm starting late is because we left the house at 8:30. We had a lot of things to do. We came home with a chicken, a hen, and we had really expected, we had gone out expecting to come back with a bunch of different chickens. That didn't work out, but we are at a different place than Daniela and I were at 2 years ago, where we were kind of in a survival mode. We would go to town to make sure we had things to keep us going. But now we went to town to get us things to keep us growing. James is doing an amazing job on developing the gardening. Well, all I'm saying is that, and there's tons of land here for sale. And I'm not saying that people should be buying land and doing homesteading and living off grid, but this is a time of incredible expansion. The deep state is being systematically defeated. I'll show you some of these videos that are just mind-boggling. Let's go through some of this information. Okay, so this was a great post. Let me get a little bigger here. We have healing technologies over 1,000 years more advanced than what we get. We get keep you sick care. The elite have quantum healing medical pods, aka med beds, that heal every single thing and even grow organs, limbs, and teeth back. Not one of you has ever had to be, okay, let's go back. Let's read this whole post. Not one of us ever had to be sick or chopped into for surgery. None of us, nor our pets, ever had to die. We, the people, paid in the trillions for the black budget and for these technologies to be developed. They even have age reversing technology. So these are the kinds of things. We're not talking about a small shift in consciousness. We're not talking about gee, I won't have to pay taxes anymore. This is it's beyond our imagination to understand where we are heading right now. Okay, so here's a post about the money: $20,000 gold, $1,500 silver. Did the U.S. Mint just reveal Trump's July 4th gold revaluation? The U.S. Mint has just posted limited edition mintage 2026 gold and silver Liberty Bell medals on the U.S. Mint's website. 1 ounce gold coin, $19,600. 1/2 ounce gold coin, $10,000. Okay, so I can't. Okay, let me go back. Suddenly, those $20,000 December 26 gold calls look like a sure thing. Did the U.S. Mint accidentally confirm that the Trump administration is preparing a massive gold revaluation on America's 250th birthday? It could be. Observing consciousness. This is a boom. The machine just lost Iran. Trump walked into Versailles and converted military pressure into controlling peace architecture. The shooting stops, the blockade falls, Hormuz reopens, oil moves, frozen assets unlocked, and rich materials enter verification. Let's go back. Let's go back and unleash this piece of information. Okay, yeah. And this is something to be aware of in terms of the idea of the shift hitting the fan. This is the size and scope of this transformation is beyond our understanding. It is redemption. It is beyond redemption. It is not like, we're going to be coming into the promised land where we get to do mitzvahs without being attacked. We're talking about $6,000, 6,000 patents, health, wealth, energy, communication, telepathy, teleportation. All these technologies will be coming out, but in my opinion, it will come out as we are ready. And this is an individual, in my opinion, an individual readiness, that as you become ready yourself to receive this information, you will get it. In other words, your ascension process will add momentum to this colossal change in the architecture of civilization. There are a lot of people. I thought to myself today, and I didn't. I told my peeps that I wasn't going to say this live, but I think there are a lot of people that are going to be quite shocked at and not totally able to receive the kind of enlightened future that those of us who have been preparing for this expect. So the war machine just lost Iran. Trump walked into Versailles and converted military pressure into controlled peace architecture. The shooting stops, the blockade falls, Hormuz reopens, oil moves, frozen assets unlock, enriched materials enter verification. Read that again. Enriched material moves towards IAEA supervised down blending. Boom. Every concession now runs through a 60-day corridor of compliance, sequencing, and receipts. This deal strikes the business model of permanent war. For decades, crisis fed weapons, intelligence networks, sanctions, reconstruction contracts, and political control. Trump compressed Iran with surveillance, force, naval pressure, and economic isolation, then turned that pressure into measurable terms. Sanctions relief became the gate. Nuclear accounting becomes the test. Monitoring becomes the enforcement spine. Versailles was the perfect stage. Old world order converted into a new order. The battlefield created the leverage. The agreement captured the outcome. And now the receipts begin. We are looking, in my opinion, at the step-by-step defanging of this colossal criminal cabal. This was orchestrated carefully and in a military fashion, cautiously, without fanfare and a ruckus, just in silence, really. The whole infrastructure of the economy, of medical platforms, of medical understanding, of nutrition, of health, of education, of what we call real science, of incorporating the idea of ether, of unlimited energy sources and resources woven together. This is a colossal change. Let's see if I can get this. There were some other posts that I wonder. Restitution, right? Okay, so this is an interesting point. Restitution is the act of restoring something to its rightful owner, or compensating a victim for loss, injury, or harm, making them whole again. In a legal context, it typically refers to a court-ordered payment from an. Okay, I have to go back, unfortunately, but we will plow through this together. It typically refers to a court-ordered payment from an offender to a victim to repay losses caused by the crime, returning stolen money, covering damages, etc., as distinct from a fine paid to the state or general damages. So, interesting new change from refund to restitution. So what they're saying is they're going to be restoring humanity to their rightful place. There's some other very interesting thing. This is beautiful. This is awesome, man. Deep Space Records confirm that the concept of ownership is a localized psychological distortion unique to the low-density experiments. As the Earth field aligns with universal law, all resource management must transition to a collaborative configuration based on collective. I'm going to read. It's not much longer, but let me read this anyway, because this is a phenomenal point. Okay, so there wasn't much more to it, but let's read this last line together. Deep space records confirm that the concept of ownership is a localized psychological distortion unique to low density experiments. As the Earth field aligns with universal law, all resource management and transitions to a collaborative configuration based on collective necessity. And that's very much in alignment with what we're doing up here. We're not saying, James, come up and work for me. We're saying, let's, as a collective, develop this space and use our talents to create something that's bigger than any of us and doesn't belong to anyone either. It belongs essentially to collective understanding of the fruits of the planet. So people could come here and take part and join the community and add their own talents, be it building or cooking or gardening or organizing, whatever it is. But we are creating a collective idea, not so much about, I own this property and when I pass, it'll go to so and so. That's not the understanding that we seem to be working with. And I think a lot of us will come together around this idea of humanitarian projects and sharing with others being the crowning glory of our movement forward, of our desires, of our ratzon, of our will. Our will is not so much what can I accumulate in this lifetime, how much money can I make so I can leave it to my bloodline, as it is how can I contribute to the spirit of the collective and bring people into the fold that understand and are not so much focused on their own glorification, but on the glorification of an ideal of collective responsibility in building a new world. Most people think AI is a tool, a chat box, a search engine, a writing assistant. Okay, this is another very important point to understand. And I'm going to go back. I want to read this whole piece because it is so. Love the title. Me too, Paul. Looking forward to age reversal. Right. You guys send out emails for? No, we did not send out emails for a dinner invite. I wouldn't open it. I know they're sending it to me. I think these are. We're apparently on the radar. Last night I was really shocked, and I reacted to a troll in a way that made me understand that the trolls are studying us, and that they know exactly what it is that's going to set us off. However, we are humanity, and as humanity and as creators, we are not subjected to the same limitations that AI is. So I don't believe, I believe in a sense there could be a kind of well, let's read this post. Let's read the post. Okay, I think that's the best way to accomplish this. Okay, so here we go. I'm sorry. I need to do one more thing here. I need to press this is the old world technology we're looking at right now. This is going to be changing rapidly. We are leaving the old, coming into the new. But let's read this together because this is about AI. Most people think AI is a tool, a chat box, a search engine, a writing assistant. That's so yesterday. The next economy is being built around AI agents, digital workers that can talk to thousands of people simultaneously, hold their own wallet, accept payments, purchase services, learn continuously, improve automatically, operate 24/7, generate revenue while you sleep. Think about that. For all of human history, income was tied to human labor. Now, one person may soon deploy an entire digital workforce. One sales agent, one research agent, one customer service agent, one publishing agent, one financial education agent working around the clock forever. The internet connected information. The agentic economy connects intelligence. The biggest question of the next decade may not be how do I use AI? It may become how many AI workers have I deployed on my behalf? The greatest company of the future may be one person and 10,000 agents. My newest article explains why this changes everything from entrepreneurship and income generation to digital assets, blockchain, human sovereignty, and the future of work. Okay, so you could read more about this, but what is happening here is that this revolution, this evolutionary fusion event is happening on so many levels where the white hats are completely destroying the workings of this cannibalistic parasitic organization that puts you on hold, that never answers your question, that makes you fill out forms, that puts you through changes just to survive. This whole layer of insanity is being surgically removed from our existence. And we are rapidly waltzing into a world where everyone will embody purpose and creativity, endless purpose and endless positive purpose and wondrous purpose and creativity beyond anything we can expect now. This is happening before our eyes. You can see the white hats dismantling. Now they've taken out Iran. This was a deep state playground, just like the Ukraine. Israel played against Iran, and it was the endless war. And this is what the cabal loves to perpetrate against humanity. This layer of dishonesty, of corruption, has now been completely eliminated. And the banks will soon follow. They're not going to necessarily dissolve. You're not going to see a huge crash. You're just going to see the emergence of an entirely new system that will literally rock the world. Like they're saying, the greatest company on earth could be one guy. My son, I know my son. He has when we tested him for what skills he embodies, he has the executive. He has an executive functioning thing. He likes to organize. He's a very smart young man. But what is he doing right now? I mean, he got involved in a company, and he was designing pathways to utilize within the company's structure, from hiring to training, that he was using various models. But now he just gets on an AI platform, and he doesn't have to deal with code or figuring out how mechanically. He just asks AI, says, how do build me this, build me that, and it's just this is so AI will be our tool, but not like it'll help me write an essay. It will help us catapult ourselves into the new age of a kind of a, now, okay, even now, okay, let's just look at our consciousness. What do I mean by our consciousness? What we're thinking about or what we're feeling at any given time. Now, we are given choices, and sometimes, like for me personally, it's very difficult to decide because I want to get online. I want to examine the truth information stream that's coming out. I also want to go for a walk. I want to do some prospecting. I want to build a house. There's so many things that are fascinating to me. But we're coming into, in my opinion, a world where we will be multiversed. We will be multi-talented, and we will be able to operate just like we do up here, in a sense, on many different levels, in many different directions at the same time. So for me personally, for example, I'm working on the roof now. I'm, at the same time, I'm working with James. We are starting our animal husbandry type experiment. We're having chickens. We'll be expanding as this enterprise develops. But I'm also looking at my investments. I'm looking at my relationship with Daniela, my relationship with James, my relationship with AI. But we are coming into this multiverse where you will be entangled in many different directions at the same time, consciously. Right? I mean, it's difficult. People talk about multitasking, but in reality, the way it seems to me that we operate, we're able to focus on one thing at a time, right? I can't talk to you now. I'm thinking about, building the roof right now. I can't talk to you right now because I'm thinking about what kind of, how am I going to build the roof? And then in the next moment, okay, I want to check my investments. I want to start a pathway for people that are interested in living off grid and want to develop their own farm situation. We're talking about educational, and we're starting another channel. Or I'm just saying that there it's going to be a complex system of lights and direction, and a continual rotation from one thought stream to another, from one multiverse to another. And that's how we will live very stimulating lives. I want to exercise now. I want to, whatever it is, I want to eat some protein. I mean, that's kind of like how we think up here. It's the opportunities are going to be they already are. That's the magic of this. They're already unlimited. So most of humanity is still hiding away in kind of a I just want to get through this. I'm not seeing this out here. The people in this region are very independent minded. And I'm not seeing a lot of people, like a lot of matrix people, that are all confused, because in this area of the Southwest, people are living a real life. They have chickens, they have a truck, they're building things, they're entangled in physical reality, and at the same time they have family structures. And there's a lot of retired military right in Kingman, and they're magnificent people. I mean, physically, just magnificent. I feel like I'm a shrimpy New Yorker, man, and they're all these like tall dudes with big beards and ponytails, and they're in their 60s and 70s, but they're standing tall, and a lot of them have been injured by the vaccine, I'm sure. But this is I live in a kind of a world that is very much by definition outside the matrix. So here it you can easily explain to someone, oh, I live off grid, and they're like, yeah, I also live off grid. And I met somebody today, and I said, well, I live in the certain ranch, and she says, I live in the ranch the ranch next door. When you say the ranch, we're talking about thousands of acres that have been divided into state-owned things, and where they 80 acres here and 100 acres there and 40 acres here, and it's a patchwork, a quilt of individual properties, and not a lot of people live up here at the current moment. However, I do think that will change, because among other things, the control of the weather, the climate control people are gone. The chemtrails are lessening all the time. There's still a few out there, but I'm in monsoon season now, and we left the house. Everything was the skies were crystal clear blue, and we went to town, and we spent hours in town doing this and that, not fooling around. We were doing things that were that are very important, because we want to bring enough materials up here so we can function for a length of time. But during the time we were here, it started raining. It's monsoon. We didn't, and we are not. We've been living in the desert for 2 years, and we're not used to all of a sudden 30 miles away at our house, it's raining now. And it was pouring. We got really surprised. We weren't really prepared for it. But it is my opinion that the deserts will become flowering oases of that once these creepazoid parasites are completely gone, and they're being taken out step by step, piece by piece, we will come back into a desert that will, in my opinion, be transformed into a paradise, the paradise that it used to be, and will once again allow our trees to grow and the animals to propagate and repopulate, as well as humanity, to take our place amongst the civilized nations of the galactic community. Nothing can stop this. So just want to make sure. Yeah, I did not invite people to a dinner. That is these are scammers. That's how desperate they are, that they have to attack somebody like us. Anyway, looking forward to being age reversed. Yeah, I like that poll a little. It is something to look forward to, but I'm not interested. I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait for the med beds. I'm already age reversed. I don't think like, gee, I'm getting old. What am I going to do? What active living home am I going to be? I'm not doing that, because I don't believe in, I'm sure, Paul, you're in the same boat, but I don't believe in traditional medicine at all. So my mother is in a active living house, and there's like different levels of community. If once you're not as functioning, you'll go to, they have like hospital communities, and there are pathways there. But my mother believes in medicine, and and so for her, it's a different world. For us, I don't, I'm very careful. I try very hard not to hurt myself. I do a lot of climbing up on scaffolds and this kind of stuff that, when my mother hears about this, she's like, you're too old to be doing that. But I'm, I just, I've been climbing on ladders and roofs all my life, and I just I think I know how to operate. I'm ridiculously careful as far as I can tell. I mean, I do make mistakes, but anyway, it's a beautiful world. I don't believe you really need to get old, and I think that's really it. I do want to share this a little information about this system. There's a special now at in the in the Life Wave community. Buy the Y Age system, get Silent Nights for free. Experience the power of Life Wave's innovation, supporting wellness day and night. Buy the Life Wave Y Age system and receive Life Wave Silent Nights for free. The YH system and Silent Night patches work together to support wellness around the clock, helping you feel your best during the day and supporting restoration at night. Together, these patches may help support. We're not allowed to say they do help support, but because the FTC, which is a totally useless piece of garbage. But anyway, together, these patches may help support relaxation and a healthy response to everyday stress, overall wellness and balanced lifestyle. Physical activity and fitness is part of your wellness routine. Healthier looking skin, relaxation that may support improved sleep quality and duration. I sleep much better than I ever have. I still get up some nights, but a lot of nights I just sleep through the night. The whole urination thing, man, is totally going away. Totally. I mean, I used to get up 5 times a night. Now I sleep through the night. If you're not taking advantage of these patches, that's a choice too. You can just say no. I want to get old, and I'm not interested in staying young. It's I but the choice to we invite you to try these patches, the glutathione, the carnosine, the Eon patches for inflammation. Okay, so how to redeem, visit. So each patch uses LifeWave's potential proprietary phototherapy technology and contains no drugs or stimulants, making it a simple addition to your daily wellness routine. It puts nothing in your body, it reflects your own energy. Like, not everyone is on the level where they can accept this level of technology as being normal. People want to take pills, but we don't. How to redeem. Visit lifewave.com and select promotions from the drop down menu. In the back office, navigate to promotions under the store menu. In the back office, navigate to promotions in the back office to store menu. Select the promotion and click add to cart. Click and add to cart. Right. Important details. Promotion ends started valid June 15th to June 28th. Available while supplies last. No substitutions. So for $209, you can get 4 sleeves of patches. These are amazing patches. I would add to this, get 3 sleeves of X39, and with these patches, try it out for a couple of months. It's not a quick fix always. Some people feel it right away, but this is a very affordable way to get your health to become young again. I mean, when I was like 50, I was like, I was in the bathroom all the time. I don't do that anymore. I can go for hours. I can go for trips. I don't have to. I'm not like the ones who's in the back going, which I used to be. It's like, can we pull over now? This is a miraculous addition to my wellness and sense of youth that is available to everyone. The amount of money, and people say, oh, it's too expensive. I mean, the amount of money that people put into health insurance policies for doctors that are interested in keeping you sick. And yet, but anyway, a lot of people have gone on this bandwagon. I was in line today. We have a certain thing, and a woman said, "Oh, I know those patches. I used to use those. I don't use them anymore." I'm like, you know, I said that David Schmidt has recently come out with a new water uh, light light infused water system that is phenomenal and is life changing. When I think about it, in the last couple of weeks since I got the water machine, my health is just even better. It's monumental how healthy we are. And the three of us are up here, enjoying. I want James to get more involved with the patches, and I'm sure he will in time. But we're building a community. We're building a life. We're building excitement. We're living we're living free of the matrix. We don't have to worry about inspectors or yeah, pulling your car over on alternate Tuesdays or insurance bills, or what the land is paid off. If you are, if you feel like you want to live with us, and you want, send some information to Daniela. But please, if you can pull off this water, this light infused water technology for the price of a Kenyan machine. A Kenyan machine just makes the water a little bit alkaline, but this infuses 6 wavelengths of light into the water, and it stays in the water for 5 hours. Dr. Stacey says it's better if you have amber or blue glasses, but it's a tremendous technology, and I'm thankful for that we have one. I'm thankful for all the things that we have, and we're just we're unstoppable, man. We just keep growing. And when we get a little bit of money, we run into town and we buy some more chickens and we get some more fencing, and we're just moving and grooving. If you feel like you want to come up here and just be kind of like contribute to the community in a way, join us. We're not stopping people. I've been off grid for 4 years. The problem I have is finding the mind of building a community. Rights and freedom are very important, but um, but it, but at to what limit on my land? Right. So that could be a problem forming a community. That's why we are doing this as a community thing. So if you want to live on the land, you want to live off grid, you want to come up here, you want to buy a property, there are plenty of properties for sale up here, but you want to be close to us, you want to be part of this growing republic movement in Mojave County, you want to join our farming efforts, you want to we are growing, we're buying more trees all the time, and we're expanding our chicken. We'll be having goats soon, and this sort of thing. But we're moving and grooving. We're living the life. So if you don't want to just live by yourself off grid, come join us or move near us. I mean, I think this is the wave of the future. Because living in nature is just so much sweeter than living in town. It just is. I mean, the hum of town, the busyness, it's not here. It's wonderful. We like being in town because we love people, but we also love it being out here, and we're just very blessed to have James come, who really understands agriculture and growing seeds, growing trees from seeds, and he's got a whole tray of bok choy that he's going to grow in his new raised bed. It's just, and we're always adapting and changing, just like the platform and our broadcasts. But I've probably gone on too long. But we are changing. In my opinion, the future is living in a kind of living with nature, using Starlink, being part of a community, sharing meals together, sharing expenses. We don't we're not running an Airbnb. We're not charging. We just, if somebody can come and add to our collective, we're delighted. I mean, but anyway, yeah, but yeah, so yeah, I'm definitely not hosting any meals right now. I mean, it's enough for me. Because I do a lot of the cooking. It's really enough. I'm really hoping somebody who knows how to make sourdough bread, and is versed in cooking organic food, and knows the difference between carnivore and keto carnivore and animal-based diets, and is willing to roll with our changes and our growth and our development, can join us. But we live a very primitive life. We don't have a lot of housing right now. You could come up in an RV. We would help you. You could build a house. You could, if you were really, for not, compared to buying a house, you could have your own well dug, and you could, or you could go to a piece of land. You could buy 80 acres with a well and a septic tank already on it, and just figure out if you're good at growing trees, or you're good at gardening, or you're good at taking care of animals. You can come out here, and same time you can live. It's a lot cheaper than paying rent in the city. So anyway, let me so yeah, but the Lifeway products I think are transformative, and I always I put them on in the morning. They're just phenomenal, and the water system adds another dimension. Like David Schmidt said, that he wanted to, he likes doing these patches that reflect your own energy back through your skin, but he wanted to put something into your body. That's why he invented the X2O water machine. If you're a brand partner and you share it with somebody else, you'll be compensated handsomely for it. You could make a business out of it. I think it could be a very productive business for somebody who has a few friends that have a few friends, and if they understand the impact that this technology holds. The woman that I met in line today, I was standing in line. She said that, did you know that David Schmidt was originally involved with the red light, using red light frequencies for people that had been in space? Apparently, it's very debilitating to be in space. They came back and they started with the red light therapy. So he went from that into working with the Navy SEALs with the energy patch, which is a terrific patch. And yeah, tomorrow's Thursday. Hopefully we'll have some kind of health thing tomorrow, and we'll be doing a Patriot channel, and maybe doing a conspiracy. I have some guests who might be coming tomorrow night, so we have a lot to look forward to. But this is a changing world, and all you have to do is change yourself. So let's play. I'm playing these tunes without. Let's just do this. Because we can. Let's see what happens when I play this. Okay, that's not my song. Well, oh, that's Language of the Heart, New Morning. Okay. Okay, let's see if we can play this. Okay, 1 second, baby. Okay, that is not my song. I don't know why I'm not getting my song, but
waking up on the front porch, Sunday at dawn. The night was hotter than hell and forever long. I can see the first light breaking through the trees. I feel the changes in the cool breeze of freedom. a new morning. We never saw it coming, hiding in plain sight. Banksters taking power, stealing our lives. They were looking to bury us in debt, shame and fear. But our roots grew stronger as we reached into the air with freedom. Freedom. And it's a new morning. It's a new morning. With each day we're rising up in this world with the power of love, with the power of peace, the power of joy, the power of truth, and the power of freedom. And it's a new morning. It's a new morning. It's a new morning. It's a new morning.
Yeah, and just to remind everyone, do join the Republic. It's very important that we re-inhabit the Republic. This is going to be the forum, and this is like the big umbrella that we can all join. If you have problems with the website, take a snapshot, and there's a contact button. You can contact them. There are a lot of trolls that are trying to keep us from succeeding, but it's not going to work. We nothing can stop what's coming. Just to remind you again, if you're interested in, let's see, is this it? No, not the wrong one. If you're interested in creating a humanitarian project and you want to do it the White Hat way, I mean, they have forums for this. Oh gosh, sorry. Let's try that again. Humanitarian project, military outreach at Republic for the United States of America. .org. You can write them and write Ellie's Warriors on the subject line, and someone will reach out to you and help you with this, getting your humanitarian project in line. But and also I don't know if I really put this out yet. You can contact Dr. Stacey. If you're a brand partner, you will have your own website. So you can use your website. You can share your website to share the product with other folks. Like they can put you as their sponsor, and you can start selling the water machine, make $1,000. I mean, and help somebody achieve youth and vitality and live a vigorous lifestyle. It's quite a nice thing to give to somebody. So we invite you all to do this. We're going to be back tomorrow. I'm doing a lot of broadcasting, usually on Thursday, and we're moving and grooving. We got through our first storm out here. We didn't even know we weren't here. A lot of our things got wet because we weren't really prepared. But it's my opinion that the desert is going to become a very beautiful place, and that there will be a lot of rain once these creeps go away. So you may want to join us out here in Mojave. Land is cheap. So use the force. May the force be with you. May you understand that you are the force. Use source, understand your purpose and your creative purpose, and become young and become vital and become creative. The world is shifting rapidly. The shift has hit the fan, and it's just up to us to really grab the ring as we go around this great carousel of life. So we will see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining us. And let's get out there with a big smile on our face and rock the world.